Hello and welcome to the WNYG podcast. Before we get started, let's just check in. How would we say school is going so far this year? How would you rate your school experience so far this year? 1 being worst year ever, bring me back to kindergarten. 10 being I love this year. I may have hit my prime. I always joke that my wife's joke is that her junior year was her prime.
No, honestly, I kind of
No, I agree. My junior year was top tier.
I would say, no, but it's because you're an upperclassman, so I've had opens all year. I literally have third and fourth open right now, so I go to school half the day. So
Yep.
I would say it's a solid 8 out of 10 just having that.
8 out of 10, yeah. You got 2 opens anyway.
I'd say a 7 out of 10. First semester had PSEO and then only going to school for 1 hour, 1 period of the day. And then second semester hit really hard. I also did my first pass no credit class, which was rough. But I like junior year. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think mine's probably also about an 8. First semester was super easy. Had a bunch of opens. Got to have a ton of classes with friends, and then this year or this semester has now kind of kicked me in the teeth, especially since I've been gone 3 days the entire semester, and I've missed 4 tests over those 3 days somehow.
What?
Wow.
How is that possible?
Wow.
The worst luck ever. I missed 2 chemistry tests and 2 math tests in 4 days.
When I went to St. Georgia for 2 days and I missed school, it was I missed so much.
I was just in Nashville and I missed so much. I'm how are we already taking a test this week? And we just had one when I left. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say my first semester, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, right in the middle. Wasn't the greatest, really busy. It was just stressful. This semester, I literally only have 2 classes, and I don't even step foot in the high school, so I'm gonna give this semester a solid, I'm gonna give it an 8, actually.
Oh.
We moved up, we jumped up. My teacher, my second hour teacher, this lady, I love her so much. She's the most chill person ever. She literally is she just yaps. She just does not stop talking. She's my certified nursing assistant teacher. So, but she's literally the most chill person ever. And she we can't ever get through presentation, but, which is kind of bad, but I love her because she just lets us talk and lets us just ask random questions, so it's great.
Nice.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So just thinking of yourself in high school, what do you think, if you had to say, what's the fundamental problem of high schoolers, your peers, your friends, maybe random people that you pass by? What do you think, why doesn't everyone enjoy high school? What do you think the problems are at high school nowadays? Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is finding balance. I think everyone says that, but it's so different. High school is so different even compared to middle school with you just have so much more going on. You have extracurriculars, if not more than you already had, and more intense. You obviously have school with more pressure to do well when you're thinking about going to college, and that's another thing, and then big tests, and it's just so different, I think. So I think finding the balance in between all of these new social groups that you're meeting, and balancing out clubs, and also having fun with those friends, I think is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Yeah.
I kind of think it's, and it's gonna sound kind of weird, but no one has the same high school experience. And I think when you're older and you're looking back on it, that's something you're very grateful for. But in the moment, it can kind of suck because if you have a group, let's say you have a group of 5 friends, no one is gonna ever be likely in the same classes. No one's gonna have, and even if you are in the same classes, you're probably not gonna have the same teachers. You're really realistically not gonna be in the same clubs or extracurriculars or whatever. You're always gonna have different homework, different times to study at different times. It just makes it so hard to. You're never going to be able to really go with people and go out and find the time to do something because someone's always going to be busy. You're never going to be able to talk about something a teacher did because you usually aren't going to have the same teacher as one of your friends. You're never going to be able to like know what to expect or have a support system that you really can always rely on, because there's always something that's got to be happening that's going to make it hard for one or all of those people to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, one other thing, this is more of a smaller complaint. Slow walkers. Why does everyone...
Oh my God. No.
Dragging the feet, walking in a straight line across the hallway.
With
so you
5
can
people
pass
across
them.
Like, oh my God. I can't. I have to say,
is it that bad?
Yes.
I
so
would
annoying.
push people. I used to purposely like shove people
I
out
just
of the
got
way.
to a point where I just say like, excuse me, and then they're like, oh, sorry, and then they make fun of me. But I'm
No,
like,
I
whatever,
literally would
like,
push people.
I'm making fun of you for walking so slow.
I
like,
purposefully would walk past them and run into them because it made me so mad. And I was like, listen, if they hate me, I hate them too, so it's fine. And I couldn't care. I just literally
honestly,
it
I feel like
makes
it was
me
worse
go
at the middle
crazy.
school though. Like,
oh my God, the
'Cause
middle
the
school
hallways were,
hallways
like,
are so
2 feet
narrow.
wide.
no, like
Yes,
every day
they're so
I
bad.
walk in like, you know, like the tiny hallway by like the science classes where you go down to the north
Yes.
entrance.
700.
There was
Yes.
literally like 5 people in a row dragging their feet.
Oh my God.
I kid you not. They were wearing their slides and they were literally dragging their feet. Like, I was like, are you walking in slow-mo? Like, what's going on?
That- like,
And I literally
oh my
went, excuse
God.
me, and I went through the middle and I zoomed off. And
I
was
like low-key-
see you later.
This is my new tactic. I'm just gonna start pretending I'm on the phone with someone and be like talk so loudly and be like, I just hate slow walkers, and like just be like, oh my God, I have to tell you, there are these slow walkers that I just like, I can't deal with them, and just like see if they move, and if they don't, just talk louder. That's my new tactic.
What was the question you asked?
I was just like, what are the things, like, if you said, like, fundamental problems of high school, what's going on that you don't feel like?
I don't necessarily know, like, I feel like more so just, like, the people in high school. With me, personally, I feel like everyone in high school is trying to find themselves, and they may be going through things they don't really talk about, and I feel like sometimes, me being me, sometimes, like, let's say I have, like, a big personality, I try to stay positive all the time. I'm very outgoing. And I feel like a lot of times in high school, like, people aren't going to have good days, but I feel like a lot of the times people, like, I find that they try to, like dim your light a little bit, which,
Yeah.
and that's, I don't know, that's something that I found in high school, and I talked to my mom about it a lot, and she's like, well, some people just, they don't necessarily,
Well, yeah, go
like,
ahead.
I don't know, that's just, like, just trying to find myself while other people are trying to find themselves, and sometimes it's hard, because it's, like, people
Yeah.
kind of try to.
Well, let's explore that. That's an interesting
I
thing
know.
to explore for everyone, because I think that's something we've all experienced, right? Where you're having a great day and then you feel like someone sees you and just is like trying to,
Yeah.
I
Take
mean,
that away.
yeah, just like take it. I liked your
Right,
metaphor,
right,
dim
yeah.
your light. Some
Kind
people
of
try
bring
to
you down
dim, yeah.
to their level that they're at.
Lily, what were you
I'm
thinking?
gonna add on. I can attest to this for myself. I do
Yeah.
this literally all the time because I'm the type of person where it's like I just read the room and I'm like I read the vibe and I kind of go based off of that. But there's been multiple times where I read the room wrong or something like that.
I do that all the time.
Yep. And the thing, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's really not that deep. I say this to myself all the time because I have to remind myself that it's actually not that deep. Because 9 times out of 10, if someone's having a bad day, they want someone or they need someone, whether they know it or not, to, like, just come in
Right.
to a room and just, like, be the light that they're trying to dim.
Exactly.
There we go.
Yeah.
And this is my other thing is I feel like people think that everything is that deep in high school. Like I can attest to this. I think that everything is so important. In reality, that one government assignment that you didn't do is not gonna impact anything.
Yeah.
Like it's really not that deep.
What about the multiple government assignments I forgot to do?
the
in high
multiple?
school?
That might impact
That
a
might
little-
affect
Same
you.
here.
That might affect it a little bit. But here's the deal. Like, it's really not that deep. Like, honestly, I'm a senior, so, like, I've done this for
Yeah.
3.5 years now. Like, nothing is that deep. Take the fun classes. I regret so much not taking more classes that, like, were fun. And, like, I was the type of person who's like, I'm just going to get all of my credits done. why I didn't get government and econ done last year or the year before, I don't know, and I am not happy about that. But anyway,
I agree with that.
yeah, like, take the fun classes. Even if you don't know anyone in them, take the fun classes.
Yeah.
I took both. I took foods and gourmet foods. Those are my favorite classes that I've ever taken in high school. Like, it beats, like, science. It beats, like, literally anything, and I love science. It beats those classes. I didn't know anybody in those classes. I had to do a lot of explaining in those classes. Sometimes it wasn't my favorite. Dealt with a lot of, for lack of a better word.
Find out a lot of people don't know how to cook.
You find out a lot of people don't know how to cook. I had somebody cut an avocado all the way in half through the pit.
Oh, wow.
Don't know
that's
how he
nice.
did it. Don't know how it's possible. Still to this day. But here's the deal. It was so much fun. And that's what I remember.
Also, you have, like, time to figure it out. Like,
Exactly.
you don't have to take every single, like, calculus Python
No,
class in
you
the world to
don't.
get accepted
You
to
don't.
college.
Well, and like, let's think of it from a lens too. I understand where you guys are going of like, you know, don't be afraid to take the classes, but I'm focused on like the people and how we interact with people at high school. So when you think of like people that, you know, let's put it this way. People that are known for bringing other people down. People that are known for kind of picking on other people. What are your thoughts on those types of people? Do you try to support them? Do you just avoid them? What are your thoughts on those that have a reputation of not being the kindest or not being there for other people?
I could say with my deal, I feel like I'm really good at like noticing when people might say like a slight comment or just like when I'm being myself or I'm doing something and people are like, someone's like, can you stop? Can you be quiet? Can you, like, just little things like that. And I feel like most of the time I ignore it, kind of. Like, I just kind of like I know what you're doing. But I found myself kind of distance myself from those kind of people because at the end of the day, like, I told myself too, like, I'm at a time in high school where literally it's just not as serious as I feel like I make it. And I'm going to be me and I'm going to have fun as best as I can. And some people, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like distancing myself from those kinds of people have helped. But yeah, I'm really good at noticing it. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to say basically the same thing. I'm the type of person who kind of avoids these kind of things. A lot of the time, especially when they're like smaller things. But like Cadence was saying, like distancing yourself from it, because I think I've seen like a lot of quotes where it's just like, if it's not serving you, then kind of what are you doing with it? Like, where is it going? Because if it's not doing any good for you, it's just not going to be good in general. And I think like we've been saying, like, people are finding themselves in high school and people are going to change so much in high school. And it's just kind of like, I've learned that like sometimes you just have to distance yourself and sometimes you just grow from people and grow away from people. And there are always going to be people who are going to be mean. And that's just the reality. But you kind of just have to learn, like, there's probably something else that's going on in their lives and there's something else that's happening. And it's just like, some things are out of your control. What other people say are out of your control, but just like how you react. Whether that's just like ignoring it and not giving it the attention that the person maybe wants, or just moving yourself away from it if it's just not good for you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I always kind of try to like support people, I guess. Like, I always try to kind of like, you know, like, I don't necessarily need to bring up, like, if I know that something's going on, then I don't necessarily need to like bring that up, but just like trying to like distract them from that and like, I don't know, making them feel like happy about themselves, I feel like always helps, or like, I don't know, just distractions. If that doesn't work, then I normally just like kind of ignore it and move on with my day, but you know, I always like pray for them or
I'm sorry if you don't have. I just want to make sure you get a chance.
Yeah, no, for me, kind of going back to what Cadence and Lily were saying, like, I'd rather be viewed as weird and happy compared to normal and sad. Like, I feel like if, like,
Weird
I mean-
and happy. I like
I love that so much.
I think
Yeah.
that's my favorite compliment. Is being
Yes.
called weird, corny.
Yes.
Like, I love it. Like, yes.
You're
call me
different.
it.
Thank you.
sorry.
I feel like it's kind of easy to think about, like, oh, this person is talking about me behind my back. Oh, this person knows something I did that I'm embarrassed of. Oh, what if they're laughing at me behind my back? And like, it's easy to get caught up in what people might be doing, but it's just kind of 99% of people don't care enough to do that. They don't have a reason to do that. Sure, they might like crack a joke about you occasionally, but that's going to reach 5 people maybe, and it will never come back to you. It's never going to end up really bothering you. So for the most part, when it's just like petty little things that people are doing to try to make a joke about you, try to say something about you that might not be true, it's not worth your energy to address it and give it a reaction. If you just ignore it and keep doing what makes you happy, what helps keep you like calm and like not stressed, that's going to be more important than shutting down some small like joke or rumor that is spreading about you between 3 people in a school.
Yeah.
Where do you guys feel the most pressure? Amongst your friends in social study or social settings, or do you feel more pressure for school and to get things right? Where do you feel the pressure?
Honestly, for me, it's social settings.
Why? What do you mean? And
I don't
expand a
know.
little.
I mean, I guess I put a lot of pressure on myself to be, like, perfect to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be, like, I think naturally as a human, like, we all want to be, like, you know, like, the favorite friend, I don't know, like, the person who people want to hang around the most and stuff. So I think that's where I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm always, like, the one who's, like, reaching out and, like, trying to get people to, like me. But, like, I've kind of learned, like, I mean, as I've gotten older, like, that was kind of me freshman and sophomore year, but I've kind of, like, learned to be the person who, like, still does those kinds of things, but, like, without asking for anything in return. Like, if my circle of friends is only 3 people who are, like, real and, like, appreciate me for who I am, then that's who it should be. It shouldn't have to be, like, 20 people who are fake and talk bad about me behind my back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was going to say that too earlier, but I just feel like at this point now as a junior, almost senior, I feel like I've definitely got over the fact of like trying to have like quantity over quality of friends, but more so obviously quantity and like choosing who I hang around. Like usually I hang around like the same 2, 3, 4, 3 people every weekend, but you know, I love it. But also I think I feel the more pressure besides Spanish. Spanish is really hard.
That's all right. I'm with you. I didn't even take Spanish class.
But I would say social settings. I feel like for me personally too, I feel like a lot of the people, not a lot. There's a majority of people that I hang around who necessarily don't look like me in a way, and I feel like a lot of the times that's like there's like not pressure, but I feel like there's certain judgment that comes with it, and I feel like they kind of watch you closer in a way of like, let's say I change my hair up. They notice it. Compared to someone else who changes their hair, it's like, oops, sorry. It's like something different. So I feel like kind of for me, just like the judgment and how close people pay attention to you in high school is just really, it's a really weird concept because I'm like outside of high school, it's like,
it's
who cares what you do with your life?
Who cares what you feels like pressure.
But in high school
it feels like people are always watching.
it's like
even like teachers and stuff.
It's the biggest thing ever. So I feel like that's a problem too. And I feel like the pressure of just like, I don't know, being more confident and kind of just, I don't know.
I have another. I think another one that I was going to bring up earlier too is like how much people changed from, you know, even when we take like the summer of after 8th grade, moving into freshman year of high school, it is crazy. Like, it is very rare to have, like, the exact same friend group from, like, middle school and high school, especially now as upperclassmen, you know? Like, we're starting to branch out, get ready to go to college, and meet, like, a whole new school of people, you know? Like, I think everyone has just changed so much over the course of, like, high school. It's really hard. Like, you kind of have to find like your true group of people.
Yeah.
I think you're kind of like forced to, and that's hard to get through, but like when it happens, like it's worth it, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Lily, love?
I guess kind of going back to the original question of like school pressure versus social pressure, I feel like, at least to me, a lot of my like the pressure I feel like in my classes and in my like schoolwork doesn't really come from myself, but it comes from the people around me. Like when I had a test in AP World recently, I got a 114 out of 120, 95%, perfectly fine grade, but I like all my friends.
It's a great grade, actually.
That is.
All my
For AP
friends
World?
got
Okay.
like every single one of them got 120s, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, sure, like I had a perfectly fine grade, but they did better than me, and I want to be like, especially since like I'm known, like that's my thing, like I love history, and my friends are doing better than me. All of a sudden now I feel pressure to get better and do better, when otherwise, like if they all got like the same grade as me, I'd be like, okay, yes, I got an A on the test. That's all that I needed. Or like if I'm taking a class that might be like if I'm taking an honors class instead of an AP class, I don't really want to talk about that, even if I'm doing good in it, because all my friends are in higher level classes, and it just feels like a lot of the pressure you feel isn't from actually how you perform, but it's how other people are thinking you're performing. No matter how good you're doing, like how good you're actually doing, you're always gonna be thinking that, oh, I can't talk about this, and this, because there's someone who probably did better than me, and that will think I'm stupid or think it's crazy that I don't understand this one thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's even why a lot of people, including myself, don't like to ask for help, don't like to ask questions, because it's like, okay, I'm sure there's 20 people in a class, maybe 10 of them don't know it, but what if there's that one person who's known how to do it for like 2 years, and all of a sudden they're judging me for asking a question because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a lot harder to like talk about school and like be open when you're struggling with your schoolwork, which then leads to a lot of pressure from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think for me, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I always have, just like, I was talking to my therapist about this today, actually, and I was like, I just kept on being like, so much of the pressure that I'm feeling from like needing to get a good grade or keeping my GPA at a higher spot, or like so many things, or like doing all of my assignments, like that pressure is just for me, and it's literally just my mind being like, I have to do this, otherwise something else is going to happen, like my GPA is going to drop. And I think for me right now, a lot of the pressure that I feel is like my GPA is now attached to a scholarship money account, or a money amount. Like I could lose money basically if I don't have these good grades or things like that. And like, I don't want to say like, well, okay, I'm going to say this. Some of the pressure that I feel is from my parents.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of the reality of a lot of things. Like, parents do cause a little bit of pressure. And I think it comes out of a place because they want their kid to succeed and they want things for them. But the reality of it is that it's a lot, and sometimes that is overwhelming. And like, especially right now for me, it's like I have to pick housing in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I have to choose where I'm going to live. And I luckily have a roommate, and I love her so much. But now it's like, okay, where are we going to live? Are we even going to get into that spot? Because we both are like lower in the queue. Like, and there's just so many moving parts. And it's like, okay, do we want to find 2 other people to live with? Do we want to try and get into a suite? Do we want to just stay in a dorm? And it's like, it's just, there's so many different things that it's like, I am already having all of this pressure from thinking about that, and then me putting pressure on myself because I'm like, I have to get this, I have to do this and this and this. And then it's like, parents, it's just like, oh, well, it's the reminder. Like, I was thinking about it, and then it's like, my parents come in and they're like, oh, have you done this? And I'm like, no. Actually, I haven't. And things like that. And it's just like this has literally happened like last week, where I'm just like, it's on my mind, obviously. And it's then just like, oh, well, have you done this? Or, oh, we got an email from, like, your gov teacher that you didn't finish this one assignment on time, or it's not turned in. And I'm like, yep, I know. Like, I'm aware, and, like, things like that. But I don't even know where I went with that. But the second thing I was going to say is that I used to take a lot of pressure from, like, friends and things, and, like, from my friend group, because the group of people that I was friends with at the beginning of high school, it was a lot of, like, we have to do all of these clubs, we have to be in this, we have to succeed in sports, we have to, like, PR every race, like, things like that. And it obviously it became a lot. And or for, like, college, it was like, oh, well, this looks good on a college transcript, like, this looks good here, this looks good here, or, oh, that looks bad, or, oh, like, how much work are you putting into the ACT, like, things like that. And it's just, like, it's so much, just, like, it's so much pressure, like, it's just so much weight to hold as, like, a freshman or a sophomore or junior or senior. Like, all of it is just, like, weight.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say, like, baggage, it's not baggage, but, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, I used to take a lot of pressure from my friends because I wanted to succeed as much as what I thought they were going to, and they do succeed. But it's just, like, I had to learn very quickly that you can succeed in other ways and not be in every single club, in every single sport.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And PRing every race. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to get 100% on every single test.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to learn, like, I can be happy with where I'm at and with what I'm doing, despite pressure from my parents, from my friends, from myself, or just, like, in general.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to go to kind of the viewpoint you're describing, which is what happens in high school. Things feel like a microscope. Feels like all eyes are on you. Feels like every decision you make is somebody else is evaluating it. Not only you're evaluating it, other people are evaluating it. You're put on this really pressurized microscope where it feels like everything is do or die. And to me, this is something that I always want to ask is, how do you let God ground you when you feel like the microscope has gotten too fixed on you? Because that's one of the keys, I would say, as a Christian, is teaching yourself to let God kind of ground you. So what do you do?
I think just finding ways to, like, invite God into every part of your life. Like, you know, like, praying before tests is, like, a big one that I do. Always, like, starting every day with the intention of, like, honoring God. Like, yeah, like, there's some days that I wake up and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to go to school. Like, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? Like, God put me in these classes for a reason with all of these people. He has every single day of my life laid out for me. Like, there's a reason why I'm doing it, and I'm doing it to, like, honor him, to, you know, like, get a career someday, and all of those things. Even in, like, sports, like, dance is, like, my, like, that's, like, where I feel the closest to God, actually, is, like, through dance. Like, yeah, like, I have to miss church some Sundays, like, to be at practice or competitions, but, like, when I'm, like, on that stage, like, doing my solo that's, like, honoring him, like, that's how I invite him into my sport. And that goes for, like, clubs and things, too. Like, there's so many ways that you can find ways to honor him. Like, this year there was, like, a new girls' Bible study in the morning on Wednesdays, and that has just been, like, really getting me through the year. Like, it's a smaller group, but, like, I went into it kind of, like, not knowing anyone in the group, and now we're all, like, best friends, you know. It's
great.
It's a really good community. And, like, there's so many good Christian communities, too. It's not just that. There's, like, FCA and all of these other opportunities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyone else? How do you let God ground you?
I think for me, I am one that's always, like, pause and just, like, take a second. Like, I think for me, it works well most of the time when I, like, actually take a second, or when I realize that like I need a second, whether that's like leaving the classroom. If I'm like I can't be in here anymore, I need to just walk around.
Yeah.
Like just getting up and leaving and going and taking a few breaths, or whether that's like sitting in my car for a little bit of extra time like after I leave, or just listening to music that I know is going to calm me down, or starting my morning with music that's going to like just set the tone and just put me at peace.
Yeah.
And kind of get the like noise out of my head. And I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say. Gosh dang it. But I think like just taking a second to pause helps me just reground.
Yeah.
It's like the noise is like sometimes it gets too loud, and it's like I just need a moment where I'm like just quiet.
Yeah.
And or I do something that like I want to do. Like I've started doing I have a really easy schedule this year. Just to preface this, this semester, I literally am off of school at like noon and I just go home. And I think what I've started doing is like I get home and I just don't even think about my homework. I don't even think about what I have to do. I don't think about what I have to get done. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm just going to watch my show. I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to talk to my friend when she gets off of school. And then I'm going to talk to her, and maybe I'll do a little bit of homework in between then. And then I'm going to go to work, and then I'll come home, and I'll look at what I have to do then.
Yeah.
And I think that's really helped me to be like, okay, it's midday. I've been to my classes. I woke up. I ate my breakfast. Like, I already accomplished a lot. And I just need to, like, breathe and watch my show and just let it be quiet.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I started doing is, okay, I'm going to lead into this. I used to, like, run every single day, my freshman and my sophomore, my junior year. And then I just stopped doing that because I left the sport. And I've had a really hard time finding ways to, like, get back into working out and get back into certain things because I get bored so easily. I do not understand how I ran for, like, multiple miles without any music by myself. Like, I do not know how I did that for, like, literally every single day for 3 years. I still cannot fathom it. But I've found my thing, which is walking on a treadmill and just watching a show. And I could do that for so long. If it's a good TV show, I could do that for, like, hours, literally.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest thing is just finding that one thing. Like, whether it's working out, whether it's just, like, sitting outside or something like that, just find the one thing that you can do for hours and not get bored of it and just helps you feel at peace, and just do that.
That's not your phone, too.
Yes, that's not your phone.
Yeah. No. Good
Get
catch.
off your phones, people. Get off your phones, actually.
Seriously.
Get off of them. Like, God,
Well, hey, we'll save that for the advice
Yeah.
part. We'll save that for the advice part. Logan, do you have a way that you feel grounded or grounding yourself and when the world comes a little bit too of a microscope on you?
I kind of have two. The first one is, like, I don't care who sees me, like, practicing my faith and, like, being active in it. Like, if I'm ever stressed or if I need it, I'm just going to pray, and I'm sure people judge me for it. They probably have questions in their head, but I don't really care. It helps me, and that's what I need in that moment. And I think, actually, kind of funnily enough, basically the exact opposite of Lily. Like, I'm going into cross country now. I'm going to, I've started to, like, do all that stuff. I gotta, like, cause I have to prepare myself before I join the team, and it's honestly been kind of terrifying. I can't lie, because it's like I want to do good enough that I can step in, run varsity, and just be prepared to do it. And that there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And I feel like just every time I go out and run, instead of, like, if I'm just going to the gym, I'm going to have music. But if I'm going outside to run, instead of having music, I'm just kind of meditating while I run. I'm talking to God about anything that happened in that day, whether it was a great day and I was hanging out with friends and I'm just going for a quick run, or if I am absolutely exhausted, I want nothing more to flop into my bed and never speak to anything again until the next morning. Just being able to talk about that and finding a way to calm my mind down, and instead of letting intrusive thoughts take over, let God take over and just help me there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's good advice, right? When we kind of find our ways to break, we find ways to invite God into any type of our situations, or what we're thinking, or any way we can do those types of things, the more grounded we feel. Kind of the last little bit, and then we're getting into our last segment, our advice giving section. But the last little bit I wanted to just hear about is, how do you think, when you go to school, that you're surrounded by God's love? Do you feel God's love when you're at school? And why, if you do, explain why. And if you don't, kind of explain why. I'm always curious about this. Yeah, Logan.
I think this is how at least I feel, but I feel like even for people who aren't religious, this is kind of how they'll feel with just their normal, just support in general at school. Just to me, it's God's love. But for in a more broader sense, support, I feel like it just comes in patches, and it can be really hard to see sometimes. Because there's a couple teachers I'll always go and see before after my class. I'll go talk to them for a little bit, catch up, because they help me in school. I'll go find a couple of my friends walking past, and I'll walk with them for a couple minutes. But then the rest of it just kind of sometimes feels like, oh, I'm lost in a crowd of people, and there's just nothing that's really nothing is standing out at the moment. And I feel like just trying to find those patches of support, find those little things in your daily life that actually make school more than just a monotony, and trying to emphasize them, trying to make them happen more. Even I think I started going to one of my teachers. I went to his room once after a class I had, just to meet with some friends there, and then it turned into a thing we did once a week, and then it started to turn into every single day since last February. Every single day since last February, I've been to that classroom, and just making it into a routine and making something happen that I need to, that helps me, just really helps.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly I like that analogy of the patches. It's kind of I have a friend who was kind of discerning if she wanted to go to a public school instead of a private Christian school. And honestly, what I've seen through her experience especially is how many people there truly are. A lot of them are hidden, and you just have to kind of work to find them, like Logan said. But it's when they do come through, it's so much more beautiful, I think, than it is if you were surrounded by those people. It's more surprising, and you almost get to know that person better than you would if you were surrounded by them, I kind of feel like. Also, the community here makes a really big difference. Going to a youth group with there is a lot of people who don't all go to the same school as us, but having that community of people that you can always rely on when you see them in the hallways, that they're going to be there to support you, I think is a big thing for me.
I think for me, when I think of the high school, I do not think of God whatsoever. Just point blank point. I walk into the high school and it's just get me out of here, basically. And I think up until this year, really, that was what my experience was. I could not find God in the high school whatsoever. And even though I had multiple people and multiple friends that were around me who came here to church and things like that, but I couldn't until I was full-time PSEO my first semester. And so I was literally away from the high school. I never stepped foot in the high school. And the people that I met at my PSEO classes were so amazing
Mm-hmm.
and really helped me be able to find God's love again in school
Well, that's cool.
and with school. And again, with this semester, like with my class, like my class is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are like so close and we all talk to each other, and like our teacher is so nice, and it's just like we all just like laugh every single day, and it's just like this year has really helped me be able to reconnect like school and finding God within it, which has been really good because it was lacking for the first 3 years.
Absolutely. So this is our last little section, advice giving section. But I want you to give advice to your freshman year self. So what's the advice that you have for yourself as a freshman? And I can go first. My advice to freshman, my advice to freshman year Caleb would be to don't worry, Caleb, you're gonna get a little bit taller. Don't worry about being trust me, you're not gonna be that short, I promise. So that is what I was worried about freshman year, not being that tall.
How tall were you freshman year?
I think 6 foot.
Oh my gosh,
Two?
so
Get out of
short.
Something like
You
that.
still
Woe
you
is
can
me,
still
Caleb.
grow
Yeah. I grew an inch
Boys
in
can
college.
still grow.
in college.
They
Yeah.
can still
Yeah.
grow for a while.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grow till we're like 22.
What the heck?
If you're really
I was
lucky.
Dennis
in-
Rodman
I
grew
was in
11
growing at
inches when he
13.
was 20.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Mine is probably like don't put so much pressure on yourself to like make other people like you, because time goes by really fast, and yeah, you don't want that time to go by like wasted doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I think for me, the advice I would give to my freshman self is that everything that sucks right now is not gonna suck in 2 years or 3 years, and the things that like you find in other people, like in their personality, you will like, I don't want to say like take, but like you will sort of take to and integrate into your personality, and the things that like the things that you see that are good will stay, and the things that are bad will go.
Yeah.
And I would also just say a lot's gonna change, and but it's gonna change for so much better, and it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be amazing.
I think I'd tell him just stop hating school, stop hating people, stop hating like the things that come in your life that aren't perfect. Just learn to accept things and make the most out of them. You just got out of COVID. You got 2.5 years until the world starts falling apart around you again. So don't waste them away sulking around, not doing activities, not making new friends, just kind of slogging through things. Just make the most out of it. Yeah.
I love
One
it.
chance.
Great advice for anyone, you can apply those types of advice, I would say, to any new situation. Somebody getting a new job, any of their new, there's always something new around the corner. Thank you very much for listening to our podcast. Shout out.
Thriving.
Thank you, Thriving, for always sponsoring us. I hope you have a blessed week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this worship podcast of St. Andrew Lutheran Church. We hope that this recording provides you with a moment of God's grace wherever this finds you. Any contribution you make to St. Andrew will bolster our ministry and outreach, including our podcasting directly to you. You can do so online. Thank you for joining us for this podcast, and I wish you every blessing from Christ today.